Are on the way that could impact your weekend plans. I'll be breaking down all of those details coming up.
And straight ahead, European leaders are meeting in Paris as they discuss efforts to create a lasting peace between Russia and Ukraine. Also,
the Justice Department speaking out for the first time about national security officials using a commercial messaging app to talk about the attack plans in Yemen. I'm Caroline Shively in Washington. I'll have that story coming up.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Midday starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome into Fox 10 Midday on this gorgeous Thursday. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell. Thank you for choosing Fox 10 News. But let's first kick things off with a look at our forecast today. My friend Jennifer Lambers has everything you need to know. And Jen, it is beautiful outside. Will the sunshine stick around, though?
Well, the good news, Ashlyn, is that we are expecting a lot of that sunshine to be sticking around heading into the rest of today. We will introduce a few clouds out there having a mix of sun and cloud cover, but really not disrupting much. It'll continue to look nice. Temperatures will warm up, but most importantly, we'll be staying dry. Now, taking a look at satellite and radar across the southeast, there's just some more of that cloud cover beginning to push in. Still plenty of peaks of sunshine out there. Things a little active closer towards the Texas-Louisiana line there, but nothing expected to impact us here locally. It's going to be staying beautiful heading into today, feeling like spring out there. Quiet, dry conditions, a nice view outside from our Navigator Credit Union camera at the Battleship. Traffic moving smoothly on the Bayway and the Causeway. Just a little bit of a light breeze out there, but temperature is really warming up. We're resting in the lower 70s already for this morning. Calm winds, dew points upper 40s, but those will really continue to tick up heading into tomorrow. And then temperatures right now all across the Gulf Coast just ranging in the 70s out there. But take a look at this. Once we get further along into this afternoon, we will only continue to warm up. Upper 70s, lower 80s out there. Not feeling like the end of March. We're going to be feeling well above average. And then once we even get further along into this evening, those temperatures will be in the upper 60s once we get towards 8 o'clock. Now, I mentioned those changes that are on the way. We're keeping a close eye on that weekend forecast. So many events taking place across the Gulf Coast. And unfortunately, right now, those rain chances are looking to bump up even higher once we get closer towards Saturday, continuing to stay a little unsettled as we finish off the weekend and begin next week right before April 1st. But keeping a close eye on Saturday and that timing, we are getting a little bit of a better idea with some of that high resolution forecast models. I'll be breaking down more of those details coming up in just a little bit. Ashlyn.
Thank you, Jen. Well, breaking at this hour, federal officers announced the capture of an alleged leader of the MS-13 gang on Thursday morning. Now, officials captured the 24-year-old from El Salvador without incident from his apartment in a residential neighborhood in Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C. Now, Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel monitored this arrest from a monitor offsite as it took place. They say they hope to bring the task force model used in this arrest to all areas of the country. And meanwhile, Ukraine's European allies will meet for talks in Paris on how to cement a ceasefire with Russia. They're also considering proposals to deploy troops to keep the peace. Fox News correspondent Alex Hogan has the very latest from London.
European leaders meeting today in Paris for talks on solidifying a ceasefire in Ukraine as diplomatic efforts to end the war are ramping up. They're also considering proposals for troop deployments to Ukraine to act as a peacekeeping force. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky pushing Europe to take a stronger approach to ensure Russia abides by any potential agreement.
And President Trump continues to stand by his national security team despite calls from Democrats to hold people accountable after a journalist was accidentally added to a group chat where plans for attacking Houthi targets in Yemen were discussed. As Fox's Caroline Shively reports from Washington, the Justice Department is now weighing in. Well, straight ahead on Fox 10 Midday, North Baldwin Infirmary is hosting a community health fair. We've got all your details. Plus,
Baldwin EMC once again asking people to spring into action. I'll have more on their annual blood drive coming up after the break.
And also keeping a close eye on your forecast, a live view outside down in Dauphin Island. Seeing some sunshine, but still a few clouds out there. Things look a little breezy. Over the next few hours, daytime highs maxing out in the lower 70s. Noticing a bit more clouds later on board this afternoon, but I'll be talking more about your extended outlook coming up when we come back.
News. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has a look at these stories and much more in today's Hollywood Nation. Coming up, time is ticking for TikTok. That story and much more in your business headlines. Plus, you can get a sweet taste of the Gulf Coast when you watch the Braves play this year at Truist Park. Those details when we come back. 2 p.m. And it just got a whole lot sweeter to be a Braves fan. You will now be able to buy a Mobile fan favorite, Mobay Beignets at Truist Park in Atlanta. Our Shelby Myers caught up with the owner of Mobay and has more.
Have y'all ever been to Mobay?
A dream that started taking shape in Jacqueline Robinson's home in 2019. Selling beignet mix and sauce is now bigger than she ever could have dreamed.
We're from Canada, so no, we have not.
Mobay Beignet has brought locals and visitors from all over to downtown Mobile since 2020.
And as you know, 2020 was a crazy year, and we were only open for 8 weeks before the whole world shut down for COVID. Thankfully, that 8 weeks was Mardi Gras season for Mobile, so our grand opening was Mardi Gras level business. So thankfully, we were able to survive the COVID shutdown and then thrive and continue to grow.
And like the powdered sugar on top of the doughy goodness, it has spread all across the Southeast, Hattiesburg to Huntsville to now Atlanta.
It's always been somewhat of a, pipe dream of mine, so to speak. I would love to see Mobay inside of an MLB stadium.
That dream is now reality. The beignet shop scoring a home run with the Braves franchise. Mobay is one of its newest vendors inside the new outfield market at Truist Park.
The outfield market is going to be right through the Chop House Gate entrance. So when you enter through Chop House Gate and you go to the right, they have this whole new area, and it's a huge LED screen where people are going to be able to sit down outside and dine and watch the game.
Robinson sent us pictures and videos of Media Day at the park as folks got a sample of what's to come.
We're going to do our beignet minis with our syrups there, and it fits. Baseball, Braves, beignets.
Robinson says she couldn't think of a more fitting tie, as Mobile is home to one of the MLB and Atlanta Braves greats.
Drive into left center field. That ball is going to be
Hank Aaron.
There's a new home run champion of all time.
There's no denying that Hank Aaron made baseball sweeter, and so now here we are as Mobay Beignet Company, being able, another Mobile, group, being able to go up to Atlanta and make baseball sweeter.
Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.
What a neat story. And Mobay will actually launch inside Truist Park Saturday at 7 for the Savannah Bananas game. April 4th, you can get those beignets at the Braves home opener. And remember, you can watch the Braves season opener today on the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network. That's channel 10.5. Atlanta is in San Diego to take on the Padres. Coverage begins at 2:30. First pitch is set for 3:10. Well, we have a heads up now for Pensacola residents. The city says due to a large increase in yard waste collection, city sanitation is running just a little bit behind schedule. So to put this into perspective, yard debris has increased from 35 tons to more than 100 tons per day. That's a 185% increase. Now, in order to catch up, sanitation crews will work this Saturday, we're told. The city is asking for your patience as they work to get things back on track. This does not, though, impact garbage pickup. And Mobile residents, if you were planning on going to the city's household hazardous waste collection event, listen up. It was supposed to be held this Saturday, but due to the threat of severe weather, the city says the event is being postponed until April 26. So go ahead and mark your calendar for that day at the James Seals Community Center. The free event will allow Mobile residents to safely dispose of items that the city is not able to collect during routine trash and garbage services. That includes everything from automotive fluids, aerosols, batteries, paint, cleaners, pesticides, and fertilizers. Well, looking ahead, the popular Earth Day Mobile Bay event has been moved from Baldwin County to Mobile County. The Earth Day Committee decided to move the celebration out of Fairhope this year because of ongoing construction on the Working Waterfront project. Now, this year's event to Chickasaw is now in Mobile County.
I think they thought it needed to be near the water. And again, parking is limited in most of the areas along the waterfront right now. We even talked about possibly partnering with the American Legion, but again, you're really limited on parking there as well, and it's a huge turnout for that event.
Mayor Sullivan says she feels confident the Earth Day event will return back home to Fairhope Shores next year. All right, thanks, Jen. Well, right now the clock is ticking for TikTok. 23andMe gets the green light to sell customers' data. Fast fashion sales fall, and home buyers are tempted by increasing inventory. Fox's CJ Papa has today's business headlines. Recall. Well, straight ahead on Fox 10 Midday, the Queen of Clean shows us an easy way to make homemade citrus cleaner. Well, 3 to know before you go. One e-commerce giant launches a new artificial intelligence shopping tool. Amazon has rolled out a beta version of its very latest AI shopping tool called Interests. The tech giant says it is designed to help find and recommend products based on shoppers' interests. The company says it plans to roll out the AI tool to every Amazon shopper in the coming months. And a vast coin collection, much of which was buried underground for more than half a century, is expected to fetch upwards of $100 million at an auction. The Traveler collection is thought to be the most expensive coin collection to ever go under the hammer at auction. It will be sold off over the next 3 years, with the first sale happening May 20th. The collection features coins from more than 100 territories around the world. Plus, a new study shows ancestors of modern iguanas might have been astounding sailors. It indicates they might have traveled about 5,000 miles by sea around 34 million years ago. The route from North America to Fiji might be the longest overwater journey by a non-human land vertebrate species. The researchers say genetic evidence suggests the ancient iguanas might have floated on vegetation. Are iguanas the ones that change color?
No, that's chameleon.
The chameleon. I knew. I was thinking in my mind. Same thing.
The iguanas are the ones that fall from trees if it gets too cold that we always talk about in Key West.
You're a reptile expert. Then.
Just a little bit. Well, let's take a quick final look at your full 7-day outlook. Today, tomorrow, dry, warm out there. Rain chances on the rise for Saturday. Stay updated with us as we do get closer. Little unsettled on Sunday. Strong to severe storms possible Monday. And then Tuesday is April 1st.
Alrighty. Well, my family's coming in from the Midwest today. They're leaving the cold, coming to the warm. So we're loving this forecast today. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 10 News. We'll see you at 3 p.m.